Hey guys, how are you guys doing? The time right now is 9:25 a.m. All right, Collective and Soul Tribe. It is Wednesday, March the 4th. Okay, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Wednesday, a wicked Wednesday, hump day, whatever you guys want to call it. But I hope you guys are having a good day so far. We are midway throughout the week already. Okay, honestly, I can already see it right now that the time is just going to go like this. Like by the time we get to, I think maybe daylight savings, maybe. And then right after that, I feel like time is just going to be going like this. Like by the time you look like you blink, it's going to be April. Okay, guys? So anyways, let's jump into it to see what you guys might need to know for today when it comes to journey oracle messages. Okay. So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time? Please protect and guide the collective anytime they see this video, and even if they don't see this video, always protect and guide them and give them the clarity and understanding that they need whenever they see these videos or whenever they need the guidance at that time. So let's see. So what do you have for the collective and soul tribe for March 4th? Thank you. That was quick. All right. So we have the whisper. Okay. Now, I don't know why I'm getting two things. There's one, this could be someone's ears ringing. This could be your ears ringing like a lot. Okay. And you guys could be getting like confirmations, right? So these confirmations that you guys are getting, there's something about either your ears ringing, whether this is like your left or your right ear. Okay. And it depends on which ear is ringing. And if you do know which one it is, definitely Google it and check it out, because that will tell you, you know, for confirmation. If you're curious about how to search it up, just Google, like, for example, symbolic meaning of right ear ringing. Okay. And then if it's your left, then just change the right to the left and then, you know, search it. Right. But yeah, there's something about that, or there's something about receiving downloads as well. Okay. So there's something about whispers, like listening to your inner wisdom or your inner knowing or inner knowledge. Something about that is significant, or also the downloads that you guys are receiving as well. There's something about listening to yourself, right? Your highest self is very significant. Look, like I said, I'm just a vessel. So even if I'm speaking like this and I'm telling you, hey, this is the energy that's showing up, you don't have to listen to me neither. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, all jokes aside, everyone has free will, right? But at the same time, I know for myself, like, it's a different generation. I get that. But I know for myself growing up, when I was growing up and I was younger, in like my late elementary years going into like high school, there was always somebody that we knew growing up. And I don't know if maybe this is a cultural thing, because again, West Indians growing up, you know, in the 80s and 90s, it's different, right? So there's something about guardians or guardianship, or, you know, mentors, or, you know, you have your families and friends that, you know, your family's friends are your uncles and your aunts, even though they're not relatives or family as of such. But out of respect, those people are people that you may have looked up to, because again, those are the people that, you know, you see and respect, because either they're a mentor to you, they gave you solicited advice, they were good at telling you, like, look, don't do what I did because this is what happened to me, you know, like giving examples. So there's something about like grandmothers, grandfathers, uncles, aunts, things like that, elders, right? Ancestors. So even if you don't have that in the physical realm, there's something about receiving guidance from your ancestors or your guides or from your highest self when it comes to downloads. Okay, so take what resonates with that. That was a lot, but take what resonates with that. And that could be today, because Wednesday is the day of communication, right? It's Mercury's day. So again, communication is also very significant. So transformations wanted to show up. Butterflies could be very significant too. Like some of you may be seeing butterflies. This could be butterfly tattoos, butterflies on your For You page, whether this is outside, online, okay? But definitely you guys are going through a transformation, okay? So it's like I said, like a cocoon, okay, coming out the cocoon so that you can step into nature, okay? So tulips are very significant. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I do think it's Aries season that represents that flower, tulips. So tulips could be very significant when it comes to spring, okay? Being able to step into nature, go out into nature, you know, things like that. So, you know, take what resonates when it comes to that energy. So being in nature is very significant when it comes to, you know, some of you guys being able to go outside, okay, go for walks, you know, sit in the grass, right? If it's not damp or anything, right? But just having that freedom to just be outside, feel the breeze, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, you just being out, right? Because again, wintertime, again, for those of you that know, if you don't live in a warm country or in a warm state or a warm area, I'm not trying to be, you know, dramatic, but you're doomed. Okay, you're doomed because when you're, you know, outside in the wintertime, there's things that you can do, but nobody wants to bundle up all the time. Like, you know how much bundling you have to do just to go skiing or go ice skating? I mean, eventually you get hot and stuff like that, but you still have to dress appropriately for the weather, right? Even tobogganing and sledding and things like that, they're fun, but nobody wants to, you know, have to bundle up and do all of that sometimes. Sometimes you just want to go outside and enjoy outside. So again, with the seasons changing, this could be, you know, you changing as well when it comes to seasons changing, you know, changes that are coming into your life, okay, when it comes to growth, abundance, things like that. So yeah, take what resonates with the energy if it does resonate. Your integrity could be very significant too when it comes to, you know, your beliefs and, you know, what you truly desire or what you believe in and what you think is right. You know what I mean? Whether for some of you guys, there's something about like, no matter what situations you go through, there's this energy of even if you're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it's the principle, you know what I mean, of a situation. So it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. You're not someone who tries to be right or wrong all the time. It's just the principle, you know? For example, you borrow money from somebody, or say, for example, you're the collective, right? I'm speaking to you guys in general. So say someone borrows money from you, right? And you ask for that money back because you said to that person, look, they ask you, can I borrow money? Not can I have, because can I have is different from borrowing, right? Can I borrow this money? And you said, how much? They told you, and you said, sure. Doesn't matter if it's $1, doesn't matter if it's 50 cents. It sounds petty, but it's not. It's the principle, trust me. It doesn't matter if it's $1, it doesn't matter if it's 50 cents, it doesn't matter if it's $20, $100, it doesn't matter how much it is, okay? And say that friend says, okay, cool, you know, I'll pay you back soon. Days go by, you're like, all right, cool, no problem, because you're chill. You know, certain things don't maybe bother you like that, but days go by, weeks go by, and eventually you ask about it, and they're like, oh, you know, I said I was going to pay you back. Why are you bothering me? You know, why are you bugging me? And you say, okay, let it slide. And then you ask them again. And then it turns into an argument because they're getting defensive because you're asking back for the money that you said and agreed to verbally that it was okay to borrow and not have. So even if it's $1, 5 cents, or whatever, it's the principle. Because guess what? Say that friend did come back and say, you know, man or girl, I appreciate you for giving me this money. Here. Some of you guys would be like, no problem, keep it. Don't worry about it. Because it's the principle. It's better for you to either say yes or no. But most likely you're going to say no because you want to see people's integrity as well. So take what resonates with that too when it comes to people's integrity, right? The way you think is very significant. Awaken is very significant too. Okay, so some of you guys could have went through an awakening when it comes to seeing things for what it is, and also when it comes to seeing the truth. Okay, your third eye could be activated at this time, but yeah, integrity is very significant for some of you guys. Okay, staying in integrity, having morals, okay, having discipline as well is very significant. It doesn't matter what that discipline is. Okay, intuition is very significant. So like I said, you guys could have went through an awakening, growth. Okay, you guys are growing at this time. So this is about you on your journey, right? So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective for March 4th? What else can you tell them at this time, please, and thank you? Yeah, you guys are also in alignment, okay? So again, with all the transformations that you guys have been going through, it's like you guys were in alignment all this time, or you guys were slowly getting into alignment. But whatever this is, this awakening or your intuition, you guys are growing and you guys are in alignment with yourself. It doesn't matter what it is that you're doing at this time, whether this is working your favorite job, okay, whether this is, doing your favorite hobby or interest, whether this is having the dreams of, what you manifested, meaning like for some people, a dream would be having kids. For some people, not having kids is a dream. You know what I mean? Like, it's all about perspective. What somebody wants, you may not want, but we all can be respectful and understand that everybody has a desire to do something that, resonates for them, right? So being in alignment could be very significant. It's almost like you may understand, people's purpose, but when it comes to you, it's like you guys are trying to find other people who are also in alignment with you, because it's different for you to be the one in your group to be like the understanding one, the empath, the scholar, the one that's always with the wisdom and guidance, no matter how old and young you are. And then it's something also about like, why am I the only one thinking like this? And when I think like this, why do I feel like I'm being judged? So some of you guys could be pulling your energy back or have already done this and, started going out and doing things, whether this is online or outside in general, when it comes to meeting people who are in alignment with you, who do things similar to you when it comes to grounding, being in nature, things like that, right? And it's not to say that if they're not in nature, doesn't mean that they can't ground. There are people who don't like going out in nature because of bugs and stuff like that. I get it. So, there's other ways to ground as well. There's swimming, confirmation with the horn. There's swimming, okay? There's walking. There's different things that you can do, right? You don't have to do what a book tells you to do. You can read a book, you can retain the knowledge, and you can flip it into your own way of doing that resonates for you. Because remember, everybody's different. You may have some people who get it and, do the same thing, but not everybody's the same, right? So we have to understand that as well. So you guys are in alignment, and this is what's being understood at this time for you. Okay, Spirit is saying to keep going. Okay, something about your inner child is healing at this time. Okay, so being able to do what makes you feel good when it comes to your integrity is very significant. There's something about your inner child when it comes to your integrity. You always had integrity for yourself. That could be confirmation as well. Okay, even when it comes to like your emotions, okay, when it comes to awakening and also like intuition, you always had integrity when it was your inner child, and also when it comes to your inner child right now. Okay, like you never lost your inner child. You never lost that part of you or that integrity part of you. There's also something like, when some of you may remember this, I don't know if schools still do this anymore, but some of you may remember this who may have kids like during the 80s or 90s and 2000s maybe, because I really don't know if schools still do this. And if they do, let me know in the comments, because I don't have kids, so I'm like out of the loop. I mean, I have nieces and nephews and cousins and stuff like that, but girl, I'm not gonna get into that. Okay, but either way, there's something about kids being on, I know they have honor rolls, but they used to have like little certificates for kids when it comes to like showing optimism. Okay, so getting like the optimism award or getting the integrity award or things like that for little kids to like learn what it means to like, show up in that kind of energy. I don't know if they do that anymore, but that used to be very significant, like younger days, like in the 80s and 90s. So that could be confirmation for some of you guys. Maybe you have like things that you got as a child that when you look back at it, you think to yourself that, you were somebody who stood in your energy, even if people tried to, tell you that you were wrong, or stay in a child's place, or maybe because you were young they thought that you didn't really know as much as you knew. Especially if you're somebody who stays in your room, you read a lot, you used to be like very introspective, like you didn't go outside a lot, and even if you did go outside, you would like to be alone. Like you were just one of those kids that grew up and you didn't mind being alone, and you really didn't care if you had friends, or if you did, you did, and if you didn't, you didn't. So that's also significant for some of you as well, right? So release, okay? Some of you guys are releasing, okay, whatever it is that you guys are releasing, there's something about reflections as well. You make people reflect on, you know, their own energy when it comes to you, because you may release people that no longer serve you, and you don't have a problem of releasing people who don't serve you any no longer. So some of you guys are connected, okay? There's something about domino effects that are very significant. It's almost like whatever you release, okay, it mirrors back to you and it causes a domino effect, okay? And that's because you guys have courage. There's something about something being sparked at this time, okay? Take what resonates with that. It's unfolding for whatever you guys are doing because of your curiosity. So something is unfolding when it comes to either igniting new ideas or starting something new. And whatever it is that you guys are curious about, and like it's unfolding right now, there's something about you guys helping your future self on this journey, okay? For some of you guys that resonate with this. So there is something about being on your journey, being curious about, you know, something that you guys are learning or something that you guys are interested in. But whatever it is that you're doing, that you're curious about, it's actually unfolding in front of your eyes. And also it's helping your future self when it comes to your journey. So for those of you that are on your journey, there's something about your persona that is very significant. Yeah, you following your authentic self, your beacon, your light, okay? Because again, it comes with clarity. So it's either you have clarity when you show up in your inner knowing or your light, or when you follow your inner compass, okay, when it comes to like doing things that make you happy, whether this is going outside, painting, drawing, dancing, singing, whatever it is that you're doing, it's manifesting in this reality, like helping your inner child also heal. And even if your inner child was also healed, there's still things that maybe you guys growing up never got a chance to do, because let's be real, some of our parents would be like, no, okay, you can't have that. Or, you know, you heard the saying like, do you have McDonald's money? Because it's like, can I have McDonald's? I want McDonald's. And it's like, no. So growing up, there's certain things that maybe you were told no, and now you guys are healing your inner child by getting that plushie, okay, by getting that book you always wanted, okay, by getting that scooter that you always liked. Whatever it is that you guys are doing, it's helping you heal something that, you know, you guys were not able to do. Even when it comes to Dragon Ball, okay, there's something about, you know, the Dragon Balls itself that you would use like in the show to like make a wish or whatever. Even that, like, that's significant. Like somebody could have bought something like that recently or could have been thinking about it, and that's healing your inner child as well, because you're buying something that you like and you never got the chance to get. So take what resonates with that. This could be clarity for some of you guys when it comes to, you know, you helping your future self releasing what no longer serves you, and, you know, connecting to your higher self, having courage to be able to connect to your higher self without, you know, judgment, right? And still not judging other people who are not healing or not wanting to heal, while you still go on your journey regardless of who likes it or not. You know what I mean? It's your life, it's your soul, it's your purpose. You should be allowed to have the freedom to step into that regardless of the environment that you're in. No one should be stopping you from being able to, you know, do what makes you happy. And if they do, that's someone trying to block your energy. That is why, you know, I usually try to say, look, we all have things that we're going through. Not everybody has the luxury to jump in a car and just drive away, you know, or pack up their things and just move. Life can be lifing. So yes, you want to stay positive. You want to manifest good things to come towards you. But at the same time, confirmation with the horn, at the same time, you also want to make sure that you're still moving forward as well, whether this is your energy, dancing, doing something like walking, just to get out of that energy. You know what I mean? Move the body, move the energy, do something that resonates with your placements that make you feel good, right? Venus energy as well. So anyways, I'm going to end it here, guys. Please take what resonates with you. And again, thank you for the love and the support that you guys share. I appreciate you guys as always. And again, follow me on TikTok and YouTube, my website, www.mysteriouslyunique.ca, where I post my blogs and you guys can book a reading. All right, guys, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. All right, guys, bye.